Hey guys, it's Meg. I am back this week with a new tarot reading for you. Before I get into that, I would like to say that I am really excited to be sharing this reading with you. I don't know what's going to happen yet, but we'll see what comes up. If you guys like what you see in the video, please consider hitting the subscribe and the like buttons, also the bell button. That lets me know that you guys like what you see in the video, but it also lets me know that you'd like to be along for the ride when I post new work. I appreciate the company, and I hope that something about these videos, whether it's my standard blog or whether it's my tarot reading, hopefully something resonates with you in that regard, and I'd like to continue doing that for you. So let's get into the reading. I have a quick announcement that I want to make at the end of this reading, so stay tuned. The deck that we're going to be using for the rest of the month, we get to switch over next week. The deck I'm using is the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I know I switched it up last week, partly because I wasn't thinking, but that's okay. It still got the message across. So this is the deck we're going to be using for today, and then we'll move on next week. I have pre-shuffled my cards because I think we've seen enough of these videos where I'm shuffling in frame. But if you have a way that you like shuffling your cards, go ahead and do that. However is comfortable for you to read your cards. If you'd like to participate with me, go ahead and grab a deck and we'll read together. So, the first card that I'm going to draw is the... Oh, no, get away from me. Go figure, it's a bird. I'm going to draw the owl spirit first, and this card is about seeing things clearly. There's a situation that is revealing itself to you, and you're starting to see the little nitty-gritty details that other people might not. It's always wise to pay attention to what's around you, but especially right now, you're starting to see things that should have been clear, either should have been clear or make sense for the larger context. And this is a helpful skill to have because maybe this situation isn't comfortable for you just yet. That's not a bad thing. Like I said, you're starting to see things clearly. Now, the next card, I have a feeling, is going to be linked in with that. So let's see. Okay, so we have the Chameleon Spirit, and this is talking about being, so like I mentioned, I knew it was going to work together. Like I mentioned, you're in a situation that might not be comfortable, but it's coming clear. Now you're seeing those changes start to happen, and maybe you're feeling out of place. Maybe you're feeling a little bit comfortable because you don't know what's going on. That's okay. That is absolutely okay, because there's an energy around you that is giving you the faith in your ability to learn how to navigate those changes. Like I said, act as if. I'm getting kind of a fake it till you make it vibe. Maybe it might work, maybe it might work to your advantage to fake it till you make it, but you can learn the lay of the land. You know those changes are coming, and it's like, all right, gotta do this now. So, and I'll tell you a little story in a minute after I get done with the reading, but so far this is resonating with me very nicely. The next card that I want to draw, it's the Otter Spirit. And this is talking about not ever being alone. Because, otters, and the thing I find so sweet about that is that otters, I'm going to say they're kind of touchy-feely creatures, in that I do know that when they are, I think it's when they're sleeping or when they're just hanging out, they do like to hold hands to keep themselves close together. I did recently see a picture of a mama otter hugging her baby, which was, I'm cute, fuzzy animals. All right, back to the point. This is reminding you to reach out, because, this is a bit challenging in our current times, but presence does matter in friendship, and you're lucky in life if you have a group of friends that you can go spans of time with not talking to, and the friendship is still the same kind of thing. But presence does matter, and each time you reach out to someone, maybe someone texts you and says, hey, I'm having a rough time. Every time you reach back, the spirit will respond in kind, and you are never alone. Now, a lot of this might chafe in our current situation because we're socially distancing and we're quarantining and isolating ourselves. That's great. All of that's great. That's necessary right now. But there are ways of reaching out. And even that gets exhausting after a while. But the reminder here ultimately is that we're not alone. And however we choose to reach out, whatever we do, love and support are with us. So that is the message of the Otter Spirit. Again, let's see. Okay, so I've just drawn the Buffalo Spirit. And again, this might chafe with someone here, because this is also talking about abundance and gratitude. And again, this might be a little bit of a challenge, especially for people who it's hard to see how we are being abundant, how we are being, what kinds of things we have in our life when the constancy of certain things has been taken away. What I mean by that is that because of the closures in businesses and things like that, a lot of people aren't working, and it's been extremely stressful. I get it. I hear you. I'm in that camp too. But right now, there's I'm feeling a lot of creative energy, especially in a way that I wasn't feeling last year. But it's been really hard, number one, at least for me to let that creative energy go. But it's been really hard for me not to be really grateful to have the things that I have right now. And it's not a universal situation. I get it. I do get it. I get that you might be stressed. I get that you might be wondering how you're going to feed yourself or pay your bills or put clothes on your back or provide for your kids. My heart's with you. Trust on that. Trust and believe that I feel I'm with you. And trust me, I've got 2 listening ears and 2 crying shoulders if you need them. But if you can say that you have a little bit, just a tiny little bit, you're far and away. And that's what I feel like the buffalo spirit is saying here, that it doesn't matter if you have a mansion in Beverly Hills or a little hovel in the back of someone's backyard. It's not great. And you might be suffering, and for that, someone will see and someone will treat you compassionately for that. But hopefully you're safe. Hopefully you're safe if you have just a little bit. You know, what's it? Yeah, it might be hard to be grateful for that little bit, but if you have it, there's something there. You know, I realize what I just said might be difficult to digest, and I appreciate that, and I'm sorry if I've offended you by that. However, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting out of that, and it's okay to disagree. Please leave your feedback on that in the comments if you so desire. So, we're gonna move on. Again, I'm sorry if I've offended someone by what I just said about that card. But moving on, again, here's another card that I feel like might chafe a little bit, but the card that I'm showing right now, obviously you can see that is the Dove Spirit. And this is talking about peace, and the way you desire peace is central. It starts with you. And if you want to see peace in the world, it's time, start with yourself. If you're, again, it's tough right now. It's tough to feel grateful for your abundance. It's tough to not feel alone because we're socially isolated. But I think this is a good time to start being the peaceful energy you're seeking in the world. And the best way we can do that is treat everybody, and I mean absolutely everybody, with compassion. And there might be people in your life, or just people in general, that are difficult for you to think about how to do that. But, yes, treat other people with compassion and peacefulness, but also do the same for yourself, because you're not going to serve anybody in this cause if you're not treating yourself kindly. So that is the Dove Spirit. And I'm feeling like I want to pull a bonus card, because a lot of this, I feel like the back end of this reading got really, I'm going to say confrontational, but I really don't mean to offend anybody in any of this. And I'm kind of beating the point here, but a lot of, I need to acknowledge that the situation is really difficult right now. So that's what I'm hoping comes across here. The bonus card that I'm going to pull is the Rabbit Spirit, and this is an interesting card for me to pull, especially for me, because in the Eastern Zodiac, the Chinese Zodiac, I am the rabbit, so a lot of energy. I have a lot of creative energy and a lot of desires to create. And the message that I'm getting is, it's a good time to create or manifest your ideas, because whatever you're doing is going to find a fertile ground to work in. And the thing, going back to the chameleon spirit and what was the first card I pulled? Yeah. Going back to the owl and the chameleon spirit, it's talking about being in unknown territory, being in a situation you're uncomfortable in and not know. This is the time where having the thoughts of not being alone is really going to help you, because yes, you might feel out of place and you might feel like you're messing up, but you're not alone, because you're creating the things with the universe, with spirit, and there will be no mistakes, because whatever happens, you're co-creating. So that is the rabbit spirit. Now to give a personal twist on this reading, I recently experienced a lot of anxiety. I think I mentioned that I was launching a website this weekend, but if I haven't, this Saturday I'm launching my personal website. And it just, me doing the typical Meg thing here, excuse me, I started experiencing a lot of anxiety, and I had the imposter syndrome. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm in a new situation that I have to navigate. And there will be answers. There will be abundance. I have to keep a hold of that thought so that I can actually manifest what I hope to. So that is it for this reading. Thank you for being patient with me while I present my cards and all of this. If you guys like what you see in this reading and would like to see more, please go ahead and hit the subscribe, the like, and the bell buttons. You know what to do. I didn't mention this in the beginning, but my social media linkage is in the description below. So if you guys want to get in touch with me outside of YouTube, you can. So that is about it for this week. I will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.